Who's maybe I have.
Tina Fey wrote Mean Girls, the first one.
Yeah.
And then she did the second one. I don't know who's playing in it. I know Tim Meadows is in it. You know, Tim Meadows from Son-in-Law.
Yeah.
So I know he's in it because he was in the first one, but who else is in it? I don't know.
When does this come out?
It come out this Friday, but I'm going to go see it tonight.
You got like a
free movie pass.
Yeah,
or
screening.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I get those all the time. So if you want to see a free movie on a Tuesday night,
yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to say no. They don't want racial discrimination and stuff. You know what I mean? People. What you going to see? Mean Girls?
It's called Free.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of girls, My Little Plant's still doing good.
Yeah.
I guess it's because it's plastic. Okay.
It doesn't really feel that plastic.
It is full on. Okay.
All right, it is.
Today, we're going to be vulnerable.
We are?
Yeah.
You are? Or
we are.
We are.
So, I got a couple stories I want to tell.
Couple.
But today's episode is about being vulnerable. Okay?
I don't know if we'll talk about that.
And I want you to tell me a couple things. I'm going to go first.
Go for
okay?
it.
Number one, worst date, like, fail at the end of the date. Okay? That's the first one. Second one is the most embarrassing thing that pops into your mind that happened to you in your past. Okay?
Embarrassing.
Correct. And then the worst bomb of a show on stage. Okay? Let me don't act like you haven't bombed. Look at
Never.
you. Well, let's think about
every
it.
show is killer. I kill it every time. No.
Well, I tell you what, I've known you 25 years. And,
you gonna say no?
no, honest to God, I've never seen you bomb.
Really?
No.
That's some bullshit.
No, it's not.
You don't see me that often on stage.
Right. Now I've seen you like mushroom cloud. Okay, so I'm going to give you my first horrible date story. Okay. And this changed my life. This was life changing. Altered my path is what it did. So, a buddy of mine calls up, and there was a little honky tonk bar, dive bar, shithole called Silverados. Remember Silverados? Did you ever go there?
Rivergate?
Yeah. And they have penny beer night.
Yep.
Okay. Until like midnight or whatever. They're like, oh man, you're gonna get a deal, penny beer. Well, it's $30 to get in. You know, whatever. We'll throw a beer at you. Okay. So my buddy calls me and he was like, hey, you know, my cousin that I was really attracted to her in high school. He was like, she's back in town and she was asking about you. I'm like, hell yeah, she was asking about me, right? So we're going to meet at Silverados. Now it's 9, 10 o'clock at night when I got there. And this was before Uber and everything. And this is going to play into the story in a second. So I got there and I'm walking up and I see my buddy. And I'm like, hey, you know, and I'm thinking she went to the bathroom or something, right?
Yeah.
So I get up to where he's at and he was like, hey, he was like, you know, long time no see or whatever. And I look over and this woman is sitting on 2 bar stools. Okay? And literally an ass cheek on each bar stool. She's taking up 2. Okay?
I got a story there.
And I realized that's Heather.
We'll bleep it out.
No, we won't. So I was like, that's Angie. So
that's her middle name.
okay, so but now, like we've been texting, flirting, and I'm trying to be respectful because, you know, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
All right. And so, you know, I'm like, oh, wow. You know, so I bought some drinks or whatever. And then she wanted to dance. We got on the dance floor. Me and her look like the number 10. Okay. So we dance or whatever. And now I'm tying one on with some tequila.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point that I kissed her on the dance floor, which was weird because on her lip, she had stubble. And I could feel it.
Oh.
You know, like a man has a muscle, you feel that? I mean, I've never, but you.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I'm like, God, dog, you know, and a couple little hairs. Anyway, I had drank enough that I needed a ride home.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she gives me a ride home. So we get there and it's starting to snow. And she's like, I don't really want to drive home in the snow. Do you mind if I stay the night? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I put her on the couch because I'm trying to do the respectful thing because this is not going anywhere and I'm not just going to be that dude, right? So I put her on the couch. So I go up and go to the bathroom and I come back down You know this story, don't you?
No, okay.
So I come back down the steps, and she's laying on my couch. I had a little couch, and then, they get to the one that's got the chase steel.
Yeah.
She's on that, butt naked.
Oh, my God.
So there's a lot of woman. And she was like, hey, and like I said, let me back up and say I was drinking tequila, right? So I felt bad, and I was like, all right. So I go down there. I'm like, hey, I was like, what are you doing, She's like, well, just, why don't you come up here and snuggle? I'm like, damn, So as I'm starting, and the couch was cheap. That's going to play into this too. So I'm getting ready to get up on the couch, and I had this boxer puppy that I had just gotten.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened or how she got this situation involved in this, but I'm walking up to her, and I'm getting ready to, whatever. I'm getting ready. But as she's got her feet kind of like this, and as I'm going by her foot, there is a dog turd that's wedged between her toe and the second one.
Oh, my God.
Dude. And she had feet like a polar bear, if you can think of that. We got the toes that'll hook a trout. And I'm like, oh, my God, So now I'm almost dodging the turd, I'm almost like, trying to come in at an angle. And so now I'm down on my hands and knees.
Oh, my God.
So I get to about where her waist is. And I don't know if she just relaxed or what she did, let her legs go. But her belly went right on top of the back of my head. And it felt like a hatchback or a trunk lid. Sometimes the hydraulics go out. And it's got me pinned, right? And I'm trying to push up, but the couch is cheap. So I'm just like pushing it. It's just not giving me nothing, right? And I start to panic because I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
So I reach around, and I'm just smacking the top of her belly, right? Well, she thinks it's some kind of foreplay or something. Anyways, it took me a second to get free of it. And but that was the night that I promised myself I would never, ever sleep with anybody I couldn't lift.
There you
go. And also, that's the night that I thought of Rent a Midget. The company that I was telling you about, Rent a Midget, where you get there and it's like Build-A-Bear, you put them in boots and little cowboy hats, dress them up as firefighters. Because I'm thinking, had I rented a midget over the weekend, he could have come in with a pool cue or something. Dude, something. Go get a jack out of the trunk or something. I don't know what he would have done. But it would have been somewhat helpful. My dog was like, hey, you're on your own, Dog turd in the foot.
That's a bad one.
Can you top it?
I got two of them. Which one do you want to hear?
I don't know which ones you have. I want the other one.
I got one with James Victor Cherry, or I got the baddest catfish ever for me. Not like they got the TV show and the movie.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to hear?
Catfish. All day long.
Catfish. This is back when we first started dating online. Everybody's getting online, and then of course her Facebook. It wasn't Facebook,
MySpace, yeah.
It was just her face. Didn't have any pictures of her.
I'm gonna tell you, when they just do the face.
They just do the face. Now I know it's a red sign, a red flag. But then I was like, okay, man, she looks hot in the face. Yeah. A little bit of cleavage and face. That's all you need as a guy. So I was like, no, this is not good. I got there. First of all, knock on the apartment door. And she's in the back. Hey, come on in and sit down on the couch. Who doesn't answer your own door? Who leaves your door unlocked in an apartment complex? I'm like, all this is like, okay, it's kind of
coming together.
So I'm sitting on the couch, and as I'm sitting on the couch, I can see down her hallway, straight down her hallway. So that means eye to eye, I can see when she hit that corner, here she comes. And man, she hit that corner, and she could slide down both sides of the hallway. I was like, oh man.
Listen.
And I turned up a good game before I even got there. So I was like, oh, it's going down, girl. We about to tear it up.
What is she wearing?
It was a nightie, but it was like a robe nightie, but it wasn't like
car tarp or something.
And I felt so bad, like I really talked my shit up. So I'm like, she's really gonna want this. So
she's really gonna want this.
The situation.
I'll say this real quick. I have seen you at work. I have seen your magic, and you make the ladies. I just don't see anybody that's ever said no to you. I don't guess. You're that good, Monty. I'm giving you a little.
And
but it can be a backfire in this situation.
The bad part, what I feel real bad about it is that I didn't try to backpedal when I saw her down the hallway. I waited until, she was naked, she was ready to go. And when she threw her legs up, somebody didn't know how to wipe good. And I was like, nope, I can't go down there. And then I was like,
somebody, dude, you talk about when they say that escalated fast?
Yeah, it escalated. So I was like, nope, I can't go down there.
Yeah. Did you say that?
I didn't say it. I was like, I just went, because she was already naked. I would still have my clothes on.
Yeah.
Only thing I had off was my shoes. So when I saw that, I tend to get up and go to the bathroom, but I just made a left and went right out that door.
Did you put your shoes on before you left?
No. Yeah, the shoes were coming on as I went down the hallway.
You took them with you.
I just had to slide down, jumping up and down. And
yeah.
So, no.
Okay, and let me say this. We're not talking derogatory towards women. Because I have listen, I'm as big as, I don't have no room to talk.
If I feel like you're uncomfortable being as big as you are, then I don't want to make you even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, she wasn't comfortable. She couldn't be.
But it's like a guy that puts, a tube sock in his pants. At some point, the pants are coming off.
Yeah, you're gonna get the reveal, and it's gonna be not.
So what is she thinking when she's got this small? She's thinking, you know what? By the time I put it,
I talked a good game, and when we got to the finish line, I'm like, nah, we're good. We're gonna finish this game. So
you bounced.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been thinking about that forever. I'm like, I felt bad for that woman.
No, I wouldn't have. That's okay. You know better. You know.
Okay, it wasn't like it's a date. It was there.
Maybe she couldn't reach around to get it to wipe it.
That's what I'm scared of.
Okay, here's the thing.
And how long it's been there? Okay, I'm sorry.
I hope nobody's eating. That's watching this. Okay, here's mine. Most embarrassing moment. Or that pops into my head. So I'm about 6 or 7 years old, maybe 8.
6 or 7. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, embarrassing. Okay, you said embarrassing.
No, this is not a sexual.
I thought you were still on dating. I'm like, what the hell are you doing at 6?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm a legend. I don't know if you know this. I'm WBO, WBC, 4-time Oriental Lickmaster from the Far East, grand champion. So here's what happened. So we're on a plane going to Maui. It's my parents' honeymoon. They took us with them, and that's like a long flight. And when you're 7 or 8, that's you just get bored, whatever. So I asked my parents, I was like, can I go to the bathroom? They're like, yeah. So I walk to the front of the plane, okay, and I go in the restroom. Well, for whatever reason, whoever built this plane, the restroom door is at an angle. So when you open the door, you can see down the aisle, right? Well, I'm in there with the door shut, and I'm like, oh, yeah, what's this little water deal over here? And a little cigarette ashtray thing, whatever. And I look up above me, and there's like a little cabinet. So I'm like, what the hell is in that little cabinet, So I'm standing on the toilet, right? And I'm looking in the cabinet. But I still got my pants down, my underwear down, everything where I was going to the bathroom. And I forgot to lock the door, right? So...
Turbulence?
No. So this lady, I think it was the flight attendant, she opens the door, right? So there I am up in the cabinet with my hands like this. And when I look down, I'm butt naked to the ankles, and I can see both aisles all the way to the back. And there's people with their magazines that have stopped.
They all looked up and like,
and this lady goes, are you okay? I'm thinking, yeah, I need you to shut the door, Is everything okay? I'm like, shut the door, So now I'm sitting there thinking, my parents in the back of the plane. I have to walk by all those people to the back. And so I'm thinking, I'll just live in here. You know what I mean? I'll just keep, I'll just never come out. Eventually, everybody will get off the plane. But now I got to go back to my, people are knocking. Is anybody in there? Whatever. So I get out and I'm walking down the aisle. And I'm getting closer and closer to the back. Nobody said nothing. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm home free, right? So I get about 4 rows from my parents. And this lady leans out and goes, hey, it's okay. It happens to everybody. And I'm thinking, how many people have stood on the toilet seat and stared down the aisle butt naked? It happens to everybody. What do you mean?
That's hilarious.
And, but my parents didn't know because they were,
Yeah.
But dude, I'll never forget you're going to Maui, there's probably 200 people on the plane. And, but I was, like I said, 7 or 8. It was already long enough that it was my knee, but So that wasn't embarrassing. In fact, I flipped to the side and hit the flight attendant in the face to get her to shut the door. All right, Monty, can you top it?
No, I'm back. I was still back on the Dayton story about the James Victor Cherry one.
Yeah.
So
this was the one of two that I could have get.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. James called me. Hey, let's go hang out. All right, we're gonna hang out.
Okay. For the people at home, tell them who that is.
James Victor Cherry is a comedian in Nashville.
Okay.
We're good friends a long time ago.
Not good friends now.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No, he's all right.
We went from friends to just being all right.
He's all right.
All right.
No, he's good. So my thing is, I knew this girl who wanted me, and my thing is, I was like, she has money. I know she has money. So I was like, we're gonna go out drinking. So James was like, what are you doing tonight? All right, we're going out drinking. We got this girl who's gonna pay for everything. Now there's two ways of this story. James tell it one way, and I tell it the truth way. So yeah, and this is when Silverado's on Murfreesboro Road. This is that other Silverado's.
That's the one I was in.
That's the one
Murfreesboro,
you was
not
in?
Rivergate.
Okay,
Murfreesboro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the one on the Murfreesboro Road. That's where we're at. On this, I want to say it was on a Sunday night.
Now I'm going to ask you to tell the true story. Then I want to hear how he tells it.
There you go.
All right.
So my true story is, yeah, she got us drunk. She was buying drinks left and right, shots, beers, everything. Paid for everything. So now I got to get this girl home. Well, we're in her truck. I got to get myself home.
Yeah.
So my thing is, all right, well, let's get her some food because she needs to eat. She got to have some substance on her stomach.
Good looking girl?
No.
Okay.
No, there was nothing going down between us sexually. I just know that she wanted me, but I'm going to take advantage of that, get us drunk.
Yeah.
So So my thing is,
what a gentleman.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago.
This is 6 months ago.
So my thing is, get her to Crystal's. Crystal's still open right down the Murfreesboro Road.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, let's get us some food there. Now I'm driving.
She's still paying?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I'm still driving her truck, pickup truck. She's on the passenger side.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how you go around the drive-through.
Yeah.
Order on one side, you got to drive around.
What color is she?
White.
All right.
So we always got to bring that up. Anyway, so as I pull around, she falls out of the truck and down into a ditch. This is a big girl.
Okay, back up. Was the door not shut, or was she trying to get out?
I guess it was not shut because she got it on her side, I got it on my side. So I didn't know that she didn't shut her door.
But you weren't moving.
No, okay, well, coming down Silverado's a straight shot to Crystal's. And then when you turn to the right, so that's on my side, and my side was shut. So as you go through the drive-through, now you're going to the left-hand side.
Gravity's pulling her that way.
There you go. So I pulled her right on out that door.
Yeah.
So now I got to get this girl back into the truck. And James is behind us laughing his ass off.
In the vehicle?
In his vehicle.
Okay.
He's rolling his ass off. So I was like, dude, help me with this girl.
Have you ordered food yet?
I've already ordered, but I just got to get around to the window.
That's what I'm saying. So now you got to. Is there people behind you, James? Everybody
James is
backing
behind
up?
me.
Okay.
I don't know who's behind him, but I know he's behind me.
All right.
So yeah, I had to. Man, it took a while. It took a while to get her back in that truck, and she was. Happy.
And then you fed her more food.
Yeah. So
Well,
then
that's good. That she paid for it.
Yeah. So then, the truth is, got her back to my, downstairs basement.
Yeah.
Make sure she passes out. And I eat food and everything else, and go use the bathroom or something else. Come back, she's butt naked on the couch.
Okay.
Left her as is. But yeah, to hear James tell her, "Oh yeah, you hooked up." No, I did not, dude. Trust me on this. So yeah, very next morning, woke up. She's in a truck. She's gone.
Okay. Everybody watching this.
Yeah.
Up into that point in the story, they were like questioning it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But only good guys have them pass out and don't take advantage of it.
No.
Now she wasn't hot, so that's
took advantage of her pocket.
yeah. You took advantage of her before she passed out.
Yeah.
I see it. I might have done that.
So what she offered, I'm not like, hey, I need you to pay this, that, and the other.
She offered.
She was already, hey, I'm paying for everything. All right, you're paying for everything.
I'd be like, all right, let's start off with Ruth Chris and see where the night goes.
No,
let's go to Vito's Italian steak and whatever.
Yeah, so there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go first on this one. The worst bomb on stage.
Oh, okay, I got this one. Now, most of the times, because I'm the whitest black comedian friend I'm always performing in front of white people or a mixed crowd. It varies.
Yeah.
But I got booked one time at a black college. And the black college, you got to hit them hard, fast, and make sure you got them laughing every 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I did not do that. And
how many people in the crowd?
It was a small auditorium of black college kids.
Yeah.
And
how many white kids in the crowd?
None. Not, maybe 1, 2.
Just you and one other white guy.
Oh, man. Okay, and I did the cardinal sin of you never say, hey, y'all think y'all are funny. Y'all come up here and try this. Come on. As a comedian, I know better.
Yeah.
And I said that line.
Yeah.
So nobody came up there, but I felt it. As soon as it left my mouth, I'm like,
I'm trying to grab that bag.
I'm like, I got to end this now and get off stage.
How many minutes were you supposed to do?
10 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
I maybe did 7.
Yeah.
So that was the worst. Because
was there other comics?
Oh, yeah. I want to say it was Flash Flood and B-Cov. It was, you know.
Where's Flash Flood at? Is he still doing it?
He still does it, yeah. Every so often he'll jump out and do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I want to say Renard was there, but he said, as I told the story before, he said, I don't think I was at that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just know back then could have been Mike James. It could have been every black comedian that we know. It was, we all went to. And it was somewhere near Jackson in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Jackson. It was like right outside of Jackson.
It was probably like Bolivar or something.
Yeah. But man, that was my worst bomb.
I would say my worst bomb is I did it. Okay. I was doing comedy about 3 weeks. And everywhere I went, I had a blast.
Yeah.
And I had warm crowds and it was good. So then this lady says, I got a little bar in Green Hills. And she said, I want to do comedy. She said, do you want to come do some comedy? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So I get there and I'm looking around and it's all Green Hills, little, ladies with their sweaters tied around their neck. And I'm thinking, this ain't good. I'm already committed. And so I get up there and I did the cardinal sin. The first joke, show of hands, how many people? Nobody. And when nobody.
What was the question? How many hands of what?
I can't remember the question, but I know this. It's like telling somebody, hey, have you ever seen that? It's the guy in that movie. You ever seen that movie? And they're like, no, never seen it.
Yeah.
You're done. Like, you can't tell the rest of your story. You can't explain nothing, whatever. So I got up there and I told that nothing, crickets.
Yeah.
So I got up and while I'm up there, I start my next routine. Crickets, right? And I look over at the lady that had me, that brought me in there. She's just shaking her head no, like just.
I can give you another one too.
Like just stop, and then I start. And you're not supposed to do this, obviously. I start getting angry with the crowd. Now I'm telling jokes about them. Ma'am, I went to that same garage sale. I think anybody's going to buy that cardigan, whatever. But as you know, I come from a comedy family, second generation comedian. And one thing, a lot of people, and I'll show you photos. Well, you've seen the photos. A lot of people don't know this about my family and about my comedy. So, and I got pictures. If somebody told me, I wouldn't believe them either. But I got a brother who lives in Lake Norman, North Carolina, and he's a midget. And Noah. And so it's fabulous if you have a midget in a comedy family, by the way. Get off stage, you're like, Dad, nobody's listening. Well, shit, send the midget up there. And but I used to tell Noah all the time that he reminded me, this side just aggravate the hell out of him.
Yeah.
I said, you're kind of like a blow-up jump house. I used to tell him that all the time when he was a kid. I said, people call the house on a Friday. Hey, our son's got a birthday next Wednesday. You don't mind sending the midget over to you with the big shoes and the nose? Anyways, so that's where I started telling midget jokes. Anybody that knows me, they've heard my rent a midget and all this. But my dad always asked me, he's like, why do you tell midget jokes in the middle of your show? I said, well, first of all, hell, you hardly seen one. And by the time you've offended 12 midgets, that's like 6 regular people, right? So I'm in a club one night, and I'm trying to be respectful. And I said, before I get started, if there's any midgets in here, I'd like you to raise your hand. And hell, I didn't see the guy. And he come over after the show, and he was pissed off and marched over and got right up in my waist. And he said, I ain't happy. I said, you're dopey. And I don't even have a brother. I don't even know why I told that. That's dumb. Okay, let me hear yours. You said you got another bomb?
I got another bomb. Right. Well, it's a bad situation. It's not really the bomb, but it didn't end too well.
Okay.
I can tell you that I had a corporate gig. You ever done a corporate gig? Corporate gigs are so much different than the typical bar type scene.
Yeah.
And this was my first corporate gig, and I hate that, I've had to bring some other comedians into this. So I brought Leslie Nash and Dan Weinhurst.
Great comics.
Yes. So my thing is, now I'm the host, and I'm going to go up there and do a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to bring on Leslie, then Dan's going to headline. So I have a joke that's sort of racist, but not that racist. You kind of dance around it. And, I go to my material, and I'd go through a good set of it, and then I hit my Nicorette joke.
Yeah.
And that was it. So my thing is, okay, so I finished and I put Leslie on. So the guy...
Okay, tell the Nicorette joke, because it's awesome.
You want me to tell? Okay. I used to smoke cigarettes, but I don't anymore.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you think of the non-smoking products, it all sounds racist to me.
Yeah.
Nicorette sound like a short black man.
I love these.
You ever seen?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a little short black man like Gary Coleman? That's a little Nicorette. A Nicoderm, that black man needs some lotion.
Yeah. Smack that ass, hand lotion.
Nicotine, that black man between 12 and 20.
I love them.
And Nicotrol, that black man's onions up under a bridge somewhere.
Oh my God.
Nicotrol.
I tried to do that routine, and I started off with Chigga Red.
Oh, but yeah.
How do you not get away with it? You're black, and you're telling. How's that racist?
I'm not saying the N-word. I've never said the N-word.
Okay, the year before, ramen noodle used to be Oriental ramen noodle, and they changed it to soy because they said it was offensive to Oriental people. I'm like, who do you think's making ramen noodle? You know what I mean? Like they didn't build the railroad, and yeah. So but I'm saying is everybody gets so offensive or offended. Okay, back to you.
I should have thought about it better, but I didn't. I just looked.
Okay, tell me how it ended.
So basically, it ended. They wanted us to end the show right then and there. But I'm like, I only got one more person. It's Leslie. She's already on stage. I said, I'll let the guy know, look, this is the end of our show. She's nice. She did a great job. Yeah. And when she got off, I was like, I got one more guy, and I promise you he'll do a good job. So I had to really kiss some ass to keep the show going.
What kind of crowd you got? Mixed crowd?
Yeah, it was a mixed crowd, but like I said, it was a corporate gig. So we did a great job except for that one joke, and they was like, no, we got to end this. We got to end this now. I'm like,
so did Dan Whitehurst get up?
Yeah, he did his set, and after that, we got paid. We all left. We got the hell out of there quick.
Who was the group?
I can't remember. I mean, it was in a hotel lobby room, not lobby, but ballroom, whatever. But great show, but they was like, no, that joke did not fly well with the corporates, big wigs.
Dude, I was at the end of a show, and I was standing. This actually was with Dan. I was in Lowell, Arkansas. Yeah, at this little club. And at the end, I'm shaking hands. They're all just going by me to get Dan's shirt. I just got in the stream, so I talked to everybody when they went by. And this guy comes up to me. Now I'm amped because he's about to give me I'm thinking a big compliment's coming. He goes, I got to tell you. He said, of all the comics I have ever seen, you're definitely one of them.
You just one of them?
And I'm like, you know what? That means a lot. I can't tell you. And, I don't think people really realize, no, let me say this. I don't think comics realize that me and you have been doing it long enough. I think we're kind of on autopilot. And what I mean by that is you feel the crowd out, you know what's coming. Okay. And I've done shows where it pays good, and I've told Raven, she's doing all my management stuff, I said, can you believe I'm only doing 30, 45 minutes and they're paying me good. She's like, Dad, you don't realize it, but just because it's easy for you doesn't mean it's easy. Yeah. And when people watch your show and see you do that, most of them are going, God, how does he get up there and do that? Or not just me, you, any comic, right? And, but do you ever look at it as a talent, or do you look at it as just a trait, just your thing?
Well, here's the thing about it. When you first start out, it's a talent you have to, fine tune and get better at it. Yeah, but as you get to, your material, it's like second nature. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
But then you get to a point where, okay, I've done this material so much. Let me start on and do, the whole. Most touring comedians, they'll do an hour, but then they'll have to that next year start over and do a complete new hour.
Yeah.
And go from there. So I'm at the point now. I need to start on a new hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, about an hour.
Well, here's the thing is, and I keep telling you this. Your stuff is great, and your stuff you write that you don't do is fabulous.
Have you seen, Matt Rife? He does a lot of crowd work.
Yeah.
So I figure I can mix in jokes with crowd work.
Yeah.
And I can kind of work off people.
Well, it's huge too because you host most of these shows. They're your shows, and a host really gets the crowd from one comic to the next. So I don't know if the other comics know it or are grateful for it, but to have a good host like that is everything. You got a host that's putting people to sleep.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too that you do that I really like. You ever go to karaoke and the karaoke guy wants to sing like every third song?
Yeah.
And he thinks he's getting a record deal. Those people never get a record deal, right? And but you'll get up there in between comics and you'll just tell maybe a tail end joke or something they said, tell the crowd, are you ready for your next comic, whatever. And you keep it going and you keep it rolling.
Even your mom has given me a compliment is that...
We're not bringing my mom into this. I wish you would have told me what the compliment is off camera.
No, she says, every time you get up there, you're having fun. And so that's what I want to portray is that, hey, we're all here to have fun.
Yeah.
So as long as they see, hey, we're up here to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just have a blast doing this.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to fall asleep or get ready for a long joke with a weak ending. Just let's get up there and have fun.
Well, and one of your biggest taglines, and it matches you perfectly, is hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when your laugh is like, even when you're telling your own stuff, you're laughing. People just laugh because you're laughing.
Oh yeah, I laugh at my own jokes because I think it's hilarious. But
everybody else thinks it sucks. So the fact that you're laughing gets them going. However you get a laugh.
Yeah. All right, we gotta give some shout outs.
Are we to the end already?
Yeah.
Man, this was good. I always feel like
it flows very nice.
Yes, it does. I got a set up in Vegas, by the way, for a timeshare. I know, but you have to take a picture holding my hand.
No,
dude, and we can even do the all the movies where we just have the white hand and the black hand coming together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just shaking. They do that. Whatever. That's stupid. But listen, they said that they would have us down there, and they were going to put us up at the Rio. You ever been in the Rio?
Yeah.
Vegas?
Yeah.
They said when you get to the Rio, take a left.
Keep going 2 blocks.
Yeah, and but okay, shout outs. I want to shout out. Who do I want to shout out this week? Oh, here's who I want to shout out. So we've got we don't have anybody. I don't know why I'm just trying to make it up on the fly. No,
if you can look up Pine Box Tales on YouTube.
Yes.
Pine Box Tales is a up and coming YouTube. We talked about in the last show. They talk about nothing but ghost stories, horror stories.
Yeah.
Camping in the
Are they
woods.
local?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get one on money then. No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. We go to these groups of people. There's a site and a group for everything.
Yeah.
And Overeaters Anonymous.
Is that a site, really?
It's a site.
No, it's not.
But they used to have Overeaters Anonymous don't ask me how I know, off of Gallatin Road, and it was across the street from a Jack in the Box that my friend worked at. He says, dude, they all get here early and sit in the parking lot and eat the hell out of some Jack in the Box and then go in there and start crying and, whatever. He says they'd come out. And he goes, we'd tell everybody, hey, we need to have another person in the drive-through for the next 45 minutes because Overeaters Anonymous is getting out. They come over there. Oreo shakes, all kinds of stuff. So shout out to Jack in the Box. And everybody get healthy. I know it's the beginning of the year and everybody says that. Me and Monty are going to get healthy. We're going to drop some pounds. But shout out to everybody that's liked, shared, and subscribed. And keep us going. We're coming up on our 20th episode. Here's what we're going to do. For our 20th episode, we're going to give away $1 million cash. And I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna do that. I'll tell you what. Let's just do this. It's a new year, and things are popping off. Let's do $5 million. And so, no, I'm serious. We're not. We're gonna.
penny at a time.
No. I'm talking about in a briefcase, son. I'm talking about Mayweather.
Yeah.
So if you'll tune in to the next episode, and you need to have an ink pen and a piece of paper because we're gonna draw down some stuff that you can. Anyways, $5 million next episode. Right here, I'm giving it away.
All right.
Cash, no taxes.
I'm giving away $2.35. He got the $5 million, $2.35.
Yeah.
That's my contribution to the show.
He'd be put in more if there's a woman out there that is willing to do it for him. He'll take you to Crystal's. Monty, I love you. We got another one in the books.
There you go.
Thank you. Peace.
Love you.